So here we're going to work on the Pec Minor. So the Pec Minor comes from the coracoid process, and it fans across the second, third, fourth and fifth rib. So it's very much a short muscle like so. So when this muscle's tight, what it tends to do is tends to protract the shoulder blade and internally rotate the humerus, the upper arm. And this is a very tight muscle, and it very much fits into the Yander's upper cross syndrome. It's one of the key short muscles actually. So what we need to do, we need to find the pec major. So Kiki does a push into my arm here. So see this big mound of tissue? And relax, she got the giggles. That is the pec tendon. So we need to sneak underneath that tissue. So she pushes again. So here's the muscle, and then she relaxes, and I slide underneath it. So I want to shorten the pec major so it softens, so it allows me to get underneath. So once I'm underneath, I just apply my finger pressure, sorry guys, and I'm just hooking. And I just hold. So now we're contacting the ribs and therefore the pec minor. What I don't want to do is be scrubbing around here with my fingers. That's very tender, very painful. But in order to get a release, you can actually relax. So she's relaxing on my So she's somewhat relaxed on my arm here, on my shoulder. So Kiki can take a deep chest breath. So I'm going to ask her to breathe into her chest. So here her ribs are opening and closing. Therefore, we're getting a stretch on the pec minor. This is one way to release that muscle. I can even take Kiki's arm across her body here to really shorten the pec, major and minor. And I open the arm up this way. And if she's got full range of motion, great, we'll keep going. And I can depress the shoulder this way. We don't want to be in here scraping. It's so tender. So I come under the pec major, shorten the muscle. Once I've found contact on rib, and you're going to feel some gristly tissue in there. That's the slips of tendon of this muscle. I can take the muscle across to further shorten. I'm applying pressure with this hand, hooking, and then she can open up this way. And if you find tension here, we might just wait, we'll relax, we'll hold. We don't have to get the whole stroke in one pass. Once I feel a bit of give, we'll drop the arm even more. So by dropping the arm, we're affecting the pec major because we're getting protraction of the shoulder. Feels okay? I'll show you from a different angle, slightly different setup. Do a push here. So she pushes here, relax, come under this way. So by having the arm on my shoulder, it just allows them to really relax. If she takes her arm off my shoulder, there's too much tension in the chest. And it's very hard to make good contact on the pec. So once I've got the contact here, we can further shorten the arm by coming across and I'll just move in the angle slightly. She can take a couple of deep breaths. As she breathes out, I can pull the shoulder. I'm pulling, releasing. And notice now, guys, I'm adding a bit of rotation, which is going to affect the shoulder blade a bit differently. I can rotate inwards. One word of caution, when you are working pec major and particularly pec minor, I would work on it for a couple of minutes and then move off, move somewhere else in the body, give them a break, come back. I wouldn't labor the point of releasing pecs. If you want to do a couple of different techniques, do one, move somewhere else, come back. I wouldn't spend 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes working this area because it is so tender. So move and come back. You can even come across and work some superficial work. So here we are trying to affect the pec minor. Of course, here we're working through the pec major, but we are going to get what we call an indirect release. Fingers. This is more of a subtle, smoother, nicer technique. But if you're not working pec minors in your practice, definitely add it in. It's a big game changer for our head, neck, shoulder pain clients, that's for sure. So pec minor.